Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 104, The Language Shift Agency Owners Must Make.
This might be our quickest episode to date. I'm going to call it now. We might be in the Guinness World Record books for quickest podcast episode. Look, just to start us off, anyone that's kind of put off or unsure if this is for you because we've used the term agency owner, basically we use that term for virtual assistant business owners that have team members that do client-facing work. So you may not call yourself an agency owner, but that's just the term we use for those virtual assistants in that position.
Yeah, you might say something like, oh, but I am just a virtual assistant business owner. So yeah, don't get, like Sam says, don't get put off by that.
Yeah.
We're talking to you if you have team members.
Or if you're planning on having some client-facing team members in the near future, then keep on listening. Now, the other kind of caveat, is that the right term? Caveat, before we get into it, is ideally we'd love you to have listened to episode 87 before listening to this one, because it'll put a lot of things into perspective for you. So episode 87 is the mindset shift every agency owner must make.
Super important. Make sure you go listen to that one, because this is going to make a lot more sense when we start to talk about the language shift. So you've shifted your mindset.
Yeah.
And now you're making a very specific language shift. And this really matters in that first interaction that you have with a lead. They might book a discovery call and you're discussing about how you can help them with whatever their problems are, their workload.
Yeah, you don't want to be using language that implies that you will be doing the client work.
Because of course, the lead wants you, who is the business owner, likely to be the best virtual assistant. They're going to want you. So you need to, in that sales call, leave them under no illusion that you'll be doing any work for them. You start saying things like, my team, they, your assigned virtual assistant, that kind of language, so that the lead knows that you aren't an option. You've never let them know that you're an option and it's going to be one of your team members. And start talking confidently about that. You'll be assigned one of our fantastic virtual assistants in the team. They'll be doing the work with you. They'll be your one point of contact. So you're using language like that.
I mean, you can even be using language like this before you have a team member. If you know that if this client signs on the dotted line, and that is then the sign for you to quickly go out and get a team member, use that language now.
Absolutely. The last thing that you want is a lead getting very attached to the idea that you'll be doing the work. Because if you start doing more work and you're like, oh, but they were a really nice client, and oh, but the work was like work that I really love, you are just going to stall your progress in scaling your business to where you want it to be. You are going to put in place a bottleneck that is going to stall the progress, because your time is better spent on your business, not in your business delivering that client work.
So no more eyes, whether that's in that discovery call, conversations, emails, even in your copy and your messaging. So that's on your website, on your social media posts, wherever you are online and you're talking about the business, it's time to get rid of all those eyes and replace them with we's.
And do you know what else too? Really have a think about your job title now, your kind of external job title. Because if you say that you're a virtual assistant now, now, they are going to assume that you can be one of the virtual assistants that would do work for them. So really have a think about what's going to make sense for people searching. So you still want potentially that virtual assistant term in there, but you could say like virtual assistant agency owner or something like that, so that right from that very first time that they see your business online, they know that it's a team member that's going to be doing that work. So make sure you've got those we's rather than the I's in your website copy too.
Language is so powerful.
And people will pick up on little things and get attached to an idea.
Yeah.
So make sure that they are under no illusion that you'll be doing the work. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the mastermind and the amazing resources, courses, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.